What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it. So here we are. Here we are at about 1.85 cents. Not really moving anywhere. Just being boring, man. OnyxCoin, whenever it moves down, it's very boring. It's very slow. It's a very long, drawn-out process, if you guys remember, for anybody who might have forgotten. It does take time. I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't upset me if we did see some kind of quick flash crash down and then recover back up. But we don't have to do that, right? That's not a requirement. We don't have to. Not financial advice. Not a financial advisor. We don't have to drop down to 1.4 cents. Okay, it's not a requirement. But with the way that things look, it's rather suggestive that we would at least go down here, right? If not lower, you could go lower. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I don't think that we do go lower, but that's this is the path ahead of us, right? And I really would expect that we find support at 1.436 cents. Again, before we get too far into the video, just to refresh ourselves, right there, that area is prior resistance, prior support, prior resistance back here. You know, it's a pretty significant area, relatively speaking. So I wouldn't be surprised if we found support there. Not only that, isn't that the 382 of this relative high to low? Let me see. No, it's not. Or yeah, it's just below there. So yeah, that could happen. It's very common to do stuff like that. So yeah. What we do have though on a daily basis is we do have lower lows in the RSI. We do have higher lows here in the price. And as long as we are above about 1.727 cents, there is a possibility where we don't go lower. There is, right? But I will say closing below the golden ratio on the first attempt, trying to wick out of it, trying to get out of it, and then you wicked out of it, you rejected the 0.5, you're back below it now, and you're already proceeding down toward the 786. It's not a good look. It looks like you mean business to the downside. And maybe it's not happening immediately, but it looks like you mean business. You know, if you are to go down and see the extended zones, the first target that comes up is 14 or 1.48 cents to 1.4 cents here, and that 1.43 cents is right in the middle of that zone. It really wouldn't surprise me if we went down there, you guys. But something that I have a little bit of a conniption with whenever it comes to calling for OnyxCoin moving down is that I think Bitcoin's on its way up. So calling for OnyxCoin to move down, just be aware of what we're saying here, right? If we're talking about a 1.43 cent price, it would make sense on every single front except for the fact that Bitcoin might be moving up. If Bitcoin's moving up, are we going to see a 20% drop for OnyxCoin? That I'm not saying it can't happen. It's probably happened before. I don't know, man. That just it makes it seem less likely to me. It makes me think that if you were bearish, if you are a bear and you wanted to see this thing go down, you should have done it already. I don't know. But, you know, time will tell, I suppose. Time will tell in that aspect. 4-hour time frame, if we're looking at it here, looks bearish, oversold, rejected the 50, back below the 40. You even rejected the 40 on your way down. It looks bearish. Looks like you want to go down. There's no arguing it there. We are moving down, and as we move down, volume is decaying. We do have lower lows here. We do have higher lows here. That is bullish divergence, but I don't really believe that this is bullish divergence yet. I mean, not until we get a green 4-hour candle to close, but oftentimes bullish divergence is that this just, to me, it doesn't look like it. Just trust when I tell you, man. I don't think it is. Resistance here, right at prior support. Everything about this makes me think that you want to go lower. So why aren't you going lower? You're showing the signals, market makers. You're printing us a pretty picture here to the downside. It's a bearish picture, but where's the move? Now that I've asked that, we can probably just shove a big red candle in our faces, maybe, hopefully, get this move done with. I don't care if we drop 30%, 50%, whatever it is, man. Get it done with quick and then recover quick. That's fine, right? Just rip it off like a Band-Aid. That's what I want to see. Not these slow, long, drawn-out bleeds, right? People are getting bored. I can see it in my comments, and people are getting bored. Not just in the OnyxCoin videos, but in other videos. People are like, hey man, what about OnyxCoin? When's the pump gonna come? It's like, man, it's been a couple of weeks. You know, we spent months consolidating. We had this massive pump. We can be patient, right? Or hopefully we can be patient. Oh man, I was making sure that my mic was on. I get PTSD every time I think about it, man. If my mic isn't on, I get that's frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's very frustrating. We're at 1.855 cents right now. With the potential to move lower, but I have my doubts, right? I have my doubts. For it being very convincing in the chart, the price is just not behaving appropriately. There's something about it that makes me think that we could find support here. And beyond that, we are at prior areas of support, significant support that we found support on for well over a month, and even resistance back here. So if Bitcoin does move up like I think it's going to, I think OnyxCoin is going to have a hell of a time moving down. Let's look at XCN versus Bitcoin real quick right now, actually, and try and do some short-term analysis on this, right? Looking at this here, this would make me think you go down, yeah. 4-hour time frame looks like it wants to go down. Looks bearish to me. Low here to high there. I would think OnyxCoin versus Bitcoin looks like it wants to drop about 11%. I don't know. If it drops 11% versus Bitcoin and Bitcoin's moving up, maybe that does give us a 20% drop overall for OnyxCoin. That could actually make sense. So hey, there we go. That checks out. And then we'd still be even down in this area, right? We'd still be in this bull flag overall for Bitcoin to OnyxCoin, right? Still be in that. You'd still be in your bull flag overall in the US dollar pair too. I mean, hey, it might make sense actually. 1 hour time frame. Not gonna lie, I was hopeful that the Bitcoin chart would tell us we're about to move up, but it looks like it's just agreeing that we are going to move down lower. So that kind of confirms it a little bit for me. So maybe we do see an interesting scenario where OnyxCoin could drop from here 20% or a little bit more than that, and Bitcoin does move up. You know, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. It's still hard for me to wrap my brain around Bitcoin moving up. You know, maybe it moves up to 100K or so over the next day or so, and then OnyxCoin moves down 20%. But you know, it could happen. It could definitely happen. Maybe what happens? Hold on. Maybe what happens is Bitcoin moves up, you know, for a day or two. We move up, we're here, we're consolidating, we close up here, closing the end of the month, and then we actually get a real correction that's not just sideways movement like this, not just sideways movement like this. We get a real correction, and that correction in itself, even though Bitcoin pumped, that gives altcoins a moment to pull back. Maybe that's what it is. You know, maybe we can. So maybe Bitcoin moves up. OnyxCoin isn't quite dumping at that point, but then once Bitcoin corrects a little bit, that'll be when the commensation begins. The what's the word? Not commensation. Commencement. That's the word. Somebody educated me there. Commencement begins to see prices that are just below 1.5 cents there. But it's a lot of head scratching, a lot of thinking, a lot of what ifs, maybes. This could happen, that could happen. We don't know. All I pretend to know, all I believe to know, is that regardless of what happens in the short term, we still have a glorious amount of price action to go. We did a nice video last night on OnyxCoin where we checked back with the BTC XCN pair here. We did the math, and the valuation that we concocted, that we came up with, were prices that were above 30 cents, 26 cents to 32 cents, you guys. I'm super confident in this. I know we talk about 15.7 cents being the minimum target, but I can't see it happening. It's really like OnyxCoin would have to be a straight dud to even pull an 8.6x, which is just nuts, man. Like the target area that I'm really convinced on is about a 14x from here 14x to about a 17x, let alone if we go lower, let alone if we see this 1.43 cent target. That could turn it into a 20x price, maybe a 17x price. Like, just crazy growth is coming its way. I really do. I want to see OnyxCoin pump like the rest of us, right? I want to see it move up. Nobody wants to see it move down, but I really do kind of wonder if we're going to see this price at about 1.4 cents, because if we go lower, I'm definitely gonna go hard into this thing, man. I'm gonna sell some cookie Dow. I might sell some other coins that you know, they have my interest, but maybe they don't have my interest as much as this. I'm gonna put some extra cash into this thing. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. It is my biggest hold so far, but I'm very convinced that we have some higher prices to go. So if we get this opportunity to buy below 1.5 cents, I'm going to take it. I'm definitely going to make the most out of it, right? And I hope everybody does. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. A little bit lower to go, then a little bit higher to go. That's the expectation at this point in time. As far as 5.5 cents, 5.6 cents by the end of the month, well, it's not looking like we're going to get that, you guys. This was a false signal. It was a very false signal. We had the warnings with the overbought zone being rejected. Didn't really accept it until yesterday, really, right? Whenever we had this move up, I was in denial that we'd move down. I really didn't think that we would. We only had one thing that was bearish, right? And that was the fact that we got below this 236 low to high here. We only had one thing that was bearish. Everything else seemed deceitfully bearish and actually bullish leaning up until yesterday, where when we moved up, we had the volume come in, but we rejected this area of prior support as resistance, right? We're still moving down. RSI looks bad. Daily RSI looks like it wants to go lower, right? We've got a bunch of different things that suggest that the BTC chart, XCN to BTC, they all suggest that we're going to go lower. So at this point in time, I am game. I do believe that we are going to go down to 1.4, 1.5 cents. I got nothing else to say, guys. I'm repeating myself at this point. So hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. And as much as I am backtracking here, if we happen to find support at 1.727 cents, and if after that we happen to get back above 2 cents, then we're probably not going to go below these lows. Okay, things can change, but I'm pretty convinced at this point in time that's what it would take to not convince me, is essentially we bounce from here and we get up here, or if we don't even go down there, if we just move up here. But I'd be very surprised if we move up. The only thing that makes me think we could move up is the fact that Bitcoin likely moves up over the coming day, but we just did it where it wouldn't be crazy at all if XCN to BTC lost value even as Bitcoin's growing, right? Anyways, that's all I got, you guys. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.